Classic League Podcast time! Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 257 of the Classic Elite Podcast. My name is Scott, and joining me tonight are Josh and Dustin. What is going on, guys?
Same old, ready to go.
Same old. Josh, what's up with you, man?
Well, I was starting to think to myself, it's been a few weeks since I've done this. It's felt like a month, and I realized it has been a month since I've been on. So I was like, I better get my butt in gear and get back online.
Don't feel too bad. We took a week off in there, too. So you're not totally to blame.
It's all good.
How was Thanksgiving, man? Did you have a good time over the last month?
For me, most definitely. Just kick back, relax. Got back in a little bit of school mode, and now we're counting down the days for Christmas break.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully be using some of that time to get caught up on some games, because I know I've got a stockpile full of games that's just, calling my name. I have to ignore them.
Especially this year. Like, this year in particular has been
my goodness,
nasty lineup of games this year. Welcome to Classic Elite. We're a video game podcast. We will be talking about gaming news and what we have been playing over the last week. But before we get to that, Dustin, how's the week been, man?
Pretty good. It's going by pretty quick. I got some light reading done.
Oh, I saw that. I saw you put something on Twitter.
Yeah. I picked up the first volume of Akira on the manga.
Heck yeah.
And this is the first volume, and it's like, I thought it was going to be like...
Go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're a third of it. Yep.
There we go. I thought it was going to be like one of the smaller, like if you see them at bookstores, the manga books are like the size of, I don't know, they're like 8x6, like 8 inches tall, 6 inches wide, something like that.
Okay.
This is like a textbook. I feel like I'm going to learn something about economics.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does look like that.
But that's one of 6. But it goes quick because it's a comic book.
Sure. My brother gave me the Walking Dead volume 1 or whatever, and it was thick like that. I was like, oh my God. But it does. It goes really quick. That's sweet, man. Josh, what's your last week been like?
Well, between work and watching the crazy world of sports that's been going on, especially at Tennessee, and they can't find a coach at school areas. Other than that, that's been about it.
I woke up this morning and my furnace wasn't working. Every winter, as it starts, I have an issue. It looks like this repair will be $4.95. So, always a nice plus. Google's incredible for finding issues. Like, you just Google the circuit board number. Apparently, I just need to brush off the burners, and I'll be good to go. So, as far as... You know what? I've got some movies that I want to talk about up front before we get to video game news.
Okay.
And I do want to mention real quick also, if you'd like to support the show, please leave us reviews or ratings wherever you find us. And we do have a curated Amazon page now, amazon.com/shop/classicleet, where it's just me so far, but I've put stuff in there that Dustin and I both have recommended in the stuff we use to make the podcast. So if you're curious about any of that, you can go there. So I saw Wonder Woman finally.
Okay.
I loved that movie.
She's so hot.
Yes. It would be awesome if she wasn't, but it is great that she is. Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't finish it.
Oh, wow.
It was too dumb. Have you guys seen that? Guardians Volume 2?
I did.
I've seen the first one. The first one had its moments. I have never watched the second one. It
was like a parody fan movie of the first one. It was really...
Oh, man.
It was rough. There was too many jokes too many jokes. I'm sorry, just way too many jokes. that just weren't sticking for me. I did not like Guardians 2. I did see it's coming to Netflix, so I may finish it.
You gotta see all my stunt work, man.
Your stunt work?
Yeah, I'm Chris Pratt's stunt.
Yes, that's right. See, I keep thinking of you as Sam Worthington. I forget that you're also Chris Pratt.
I get around, Retro Kaiser says Wonder Woman can lasso me any day.
Yeah, I was surprised because I heard how good that movie was, and it was always it's the best DC movie or whatnot, and I really liked it. I was surprised. Usually when you hear how great a movie is, and you finally get around to watching it, it doesn't live up to the hype. But I thought it was pretty good. It's fun. But yeah, man, Volume 2 of Guardians. It was too silly for me.
How many of you guys are pumped up about episode 9?
Of what?
Star Wars?
Oh, well, we'll see how this new one is before I get excited about 9.
Did I say 9? I meant 8.
Oh, okay. I'm looking. It's family tradition. We go to the movies, so I'm looking forward to going to the movies with my parents and whatever siblings are in town. I don't know. I'm not that excited about it. I don't know. Are you pumped? Sorry, man. I was like, 9 what? I was thinking in episodic terms. I was like, episode 9?
Yeah, I was thinking of the movies that's come out. I am looking forward to it. I enjoyed the last one, Rogue One, but I'm curious to see how they take the story.
Yeah, I thought Rogue One was okay. I didn't really care for it very much, but I did like the 7th one with like the J.J. Abrams did. I thought that was pretty fun. It was a good Star Wars movie. Hopefully,
it was a good bridge Star Wars film, bringing in the old cast with the new cast and merging them into one. So I thought it was.
I'm hopeful that it's good because this director is getting 3 more. So hopefully it's good because he's going to direct 4 Star Wars movies.
So I guess the correct answer should be that they had better be good.
It makes me optimistic. It's not like they're unaware that they were happy with how the project was coming,
Right.
So yeah, unlike some of their other movies where they're firing directors and all that. So we will see. I think that's going to be. Oh, I wanted to make one quick clarification. Last week, Dustin, Epic Games sued the kid, and the mom's countersuing.
Okay, what did we say?
We just didn't even mention that they were directly suing the kid until I think maybe later on Zarek had pointed it out.
Okay.
I felt like we did a very poor job of discussing that topic, so I just wanted to.
I hope we don't have to go back and correct ourselves every time we explain something poorly.
When it's this bad, I think we do.
Okay.
But PewDiePie did a really nice little synopsis video, so I will link that in the description because he did a nice job of it. Also, did you get a chance to watch any more of Neo, played by Zarek?
I haven't. No, not since the last time.
Samurai Dark Souls, does that pique your interest?
It does. It looks really good. I need to pick it up, but I haven't seen it on Slick Deals or anything yet.
It's about that time. You might see that come on sale.
Yeah.
And it's an older game, right? That came out early last year. When did that come out?
I feel like it was.
That wasn't this year.
Was it this year? I don't know. I'm terrible at doing this. I think it may have been this year.
Wow. Okay. That's just how many games have come out, I guess.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, big news, Dustin. Mega Man 11.
Mega Man 11 out of nowhere. Well, I guess not out of nowhere because they had that Easter egg in the Mega Man X collection.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, there was an Easter egg of the Mega Man X collection or the Mega Man 2 collection. That second collection that came out recently.
Oh,
there was an Easter egg where he was in that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you get to check out the trailer or anything?
I did. So it looks promising. The weapons look cool. The music is excellent. The sound effects are excellent. Here's some in the background now. That's Rush.
That's Rush. He's excited about the new game.
But yeah, I'm excited.
I thought some of the enemy mechanics looked neat too. Out of the brief little thing they showed. DB, did you get to see anything about Mega Man 11?
Yes, it looks really cool. I like how they've kind of gone away from the 8-bit style into more of a 3DS type platform. I think this is the 8-bit stuff. I think they've done all they can with it. I don't see how much more they could do with it. So I'm looking very forward to it to be a more 3D rather.
Kaiser in chat, Retro Kaiser, our friend Retro Kaiser, co-host of the Next Round podcast. He is in chat and he says that he's a bit cautious about Mega Man 11, and he says something looks off about it. It definitely has like a Flash animation look to it. Mm-hmm. It looks like that the game that Zarek and I have played together, 2000XX, that roguelike Mega Man clone.
Yeah,
it looks like that. That game's incredible, so I'm excited based on that. I got used to that aesthetic, but I agree, it does look a little off. It looks like a fan-made thing from the screenshots.
I hope that they do physical copies of it. Otherwise, that's going to be one of those limited run games that just like that you'll never see it again. Hopefully, Robman gets a copy from Happy Console Gamer.
I'm sure. I'm sure he will be set up somehow. Johnny will be all over that for him. But also, it looks like there's going to be a either like a Mega Man X collection, or they are going to individually release the Mega Man X games. It was a little unclear. I'm hearing some conflicting things, but they are releasing those again, which I know the first 3 are loved. So I think that's cool. Mm-hmm. I don't mind Capcom cashing in on their old stuff.
I think at this point it's so far removed, it would be a good opportunity for people to play those games. Yeah,
absolutely. I've never really played much of the X games. Actually, I've never played that much Mega Man in general, other than 2, 9, 10.
Yeah.
I beat 1 once. So, I don't know. DB, how much have you played with, like, X and stuff?
Just the first couple of X's on the SNES. Now, the original Mega Man games I played quite a bit of. Mega Man 1 might be one of the hardest Nintendo games ever made. It is ridiculously hard. You always hear great praise between 2 and 3. You can't go wrong with either one of them. And honestly, 9 was a breath of fresh air when it came out. 10 was kind of same old. I'll tell you what I am looking forward to is Capcom is always known for their music. No matter what you say, their video game music is top notch. So I'm very excited to see what kind of tracks they come up with for Mega Man 11.
Oh yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't mind these cash grabs that these older companies are doing. Let Konami sell me Castlevanias again or whatnot. I don't care. Give me some new Contra stuff. Whatever.
Oh my gosh, a Castlevania collection. Oh, that was so good.
Sorry, Dustin. I didn't.
That was so good.
It's orgasmic.
Now, there's a collector's edition I would shell out money for.
You could cash in some of those games behind you to make that happen. Hey, what's up, Jay? Good to see you. So, yeah, there's nothing else to say other than I'm excited about it. It looks cartoony, and hopefully Mega Man 11 is really good, and hopefully the ports of the X games are at a reasonable price and high quality. Yeah, I guess. Josh, you have the notes up? You want to take the next story?
Oh, I can look at it here. Actually, you better take it.
Okay. So there was a Twitch streamer, and he pretended to play the game UFC 18, but was actually just broadcasting the real UFC fight. I'm sure he's banned and that account shut down or whatnot. Maybe it wasn't even like a legit. Maybe it was just a one-time thing, but...
Hey, I'll give him style points. It was creative what he did.
Style points, exactly. Like, clearly dumb. But I'm glad somebody was dumb in that capacity.
Let's say, guys, I've never seen Xbox One and PS4 graphics so realistic. I mean, really.
It's like, man, this new Xbox One X is legit. So, I just think it's funny. Like, it's wrong to do, but it's pretty funny. I don't know, you guys got any other comments about that?
Well, are you guys really big fans of UFC to begin with?
Big fan of UFC? No.
I'm not either. I mean, it's okay. I mean, if this had been like, Tyson comes out of retirement to face like Holyfield to see if he's going to bite his ear off again. Okay, that would have been a little bit more bad, but it's UFC. Who cares? This is actually probably good publicity for UFC to get fans to actually watch it.
Oh, UFC in general is enormously popular where I live.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
so much where I am.
Oh man, yeah, it's a big deal. I just don't follow it. Kind of like from my perspective, like NASCAR is a big deal. I just don't follow it. Or like wrestling, people watch wrestling. That I still don't get. Grown men our age that love wrestling, unironically, unabashed. That's teach their own, and it's massively popular. We're in the minority.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I saw my buddy ref the amateur stuff, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure in person it'd be great, and I'd rather see that than most plays. So, all right. Next up, Dustin. Some stuff's coming to China. What did you check out about that?
Okay, yes, we have Mario Galaxy, Twilight Princess, new Super Mario Brothers, and Punch Out coming to Android on Nvidia Shield to China.
China. Wow. Nintendo must be very happy with Nvidia,
right?
With those chips that they did for the Switch. That's a pretty remarkable win in China to be selling an Android tablet with these games on it, or access to these games legally. Because Android, I'm sure those Nvidia tablets can be hacked all to hell to pirate whatever you want. I'm sure that's an amazing device out in China. And so to have a beautiful re-rendered 1080p, those Wii titles, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I would.
We need to get one of those Chinese Nvidia.
I know somebody that knows somebody. I do, like legitimately. A guy I know, his girlfriend used to work at Nvidia.
Is he a triad?
No.
Oh.
Is that? See, is that a Venture Brothers reference, please? No.
There's just Chinese mafia.
Oh, okay. There's that makes more sense now with the Venture Brothers joke. You guys ever watch Venture Brothers?
Mm-mm.
Very sparingly on mine.
Oh my gosh,
I've seen an episode of it. I enjoyed it when I did watch it.
It's Johnny Quest, but Adult Swim Johnny Quest. It's really, really great. If I lived in China, I would absolutely be getting this. Unless I was in love with my already rigged together Bluetooth controller Android tablet setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, DB. Are you going to be rushing to the store to get some Super Mario cereal? I guess. Maybe
he's already gone.
Maybe he's started barking. So when I buy a Super Mario cereal, Dustin, I think that's going to be my first amiibo that I bought. Intentionally. Now, I wanted Zelda, that came with one, and I've gotten a few as gifts. But NFC cereal boxes to give me hearts in a game? All right, this is a use of amiibo I can get behind.
Yeah. It would be even better if the cereal itself was NFC. So you could, like, touch your Switch to your tummy after you ate it.
Yeah. Yes. Have you ever experimented with NFC chips on your phone?
Mm-mm.
It's neat. You can set commands so that if you put your phone near this NFC chip, it'll unlock and start playing iTunes or Google Music or whatever you use.
Cool.
Or you can have it where if it's close enough, it'll stay on. It's a really neat way to manipulate your phone kind of outside of its normal parameters for like convenience sake. And it's really easy, low-level tinkering. So you're not really doing any coding or anything. It's like use an app, check boxes, stuff like that. That's cool. Jay, the anime gamer, asked, "Do you guys remember the split cereal boxes back in the '90s?" Yeah, I think it was it was late 80s, early 90s. And yeah, he said one side was Mario, the other was Zelda. I swear I could remember even the flavor of that.
It tastes like Captain Crunch. That's been reshaped.
Reshaped Captain Crunch, yeah. And a little bit of that awesomeness.
The Mario side tasted a lot better than the Zelda side, at least for what I remember. The Zelda side just tasted like butt. The Mario side at least was somewhat edible.
Okay, maybe I don't. I don't remember there being a big difference.
This is like 30-some years ago, too.
Yeah. But I loved it. I loved it, and I will... It's going to be the first cereal I've bought with marshmallows in it in a long time. Now, I'll buy kids cereal. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll eat some Fruity Pebbles.
Mm-hmm.
But Lucky Charms, they're okay. Count Chocula's okay. Give me some Captain Crunch. Give me some Reese's Cup cereal. No?
I was always a fan of Fruity Pebbles myself.
I'll eat pretty much any kid cereal because it's usually in my house. So
it's the marshmallows I guess I haven't had since I was a kid.
Yeah.
They're always sometimes you got a weird texture with them. I am excited that there's a new Super Mario. I'm excited that Nintendo is getting into Star Wars mode. We're just gonna put Mario everywhere. He's back in the movie theaters. He's gonna be at the breakfast table again. I'm a big fan of the Switch. I want them selling as many of those things as they can. So I don't know. I'd be okay with getting sick of Mario, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, DB, will you be buying Super Mario cereal?
I'll try anything once just to see what it's like. I mean, if anything, I'll buy just a collector's item to put on the shelf.
So I don't think I'll collect it to keep it, but I absolutely will buy it to try it. And then it'll help me get some hearts in Legend of Zelda. I left that Divine Beast. I have way too few hearts, man. Whoa, do I have a long way to go. I don't know. No wonder I was struggling. I'm really far away from the Master Sword, and I'm on my third of the fourth beast.
Man.
Now, I'm not playing it well.
Do you all remember the Ninja Turtle cereal?
Yep.
That stuff was, you talk about disgusting. Oh my god.
That had the shitty marshmallows in it.
Yeah, it's like if Splinter just took a sewer flavored, and then Splinter took a dump in a bowl.
You know,
bad.
I also didn't like French Toast. I also didn't like Ecto Cooler, but French Toast Crunch I didn't like, and I expected to love that. I expected to love. I thought Oreo cereal would be amazing. I didn't care for that. You know what was
apparently Captain Crunch has a new flavor, like donut flavor. I've never tried it, but I've seen it at the store.
I wonder if that's the Voodoo Donuts. They made the Captain Crunch donuts popular up in Portland. I wonder if it's related to that. Do you guys remember the GoBots, like the knockoff Transformers?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Their cereal was awesome.
I don't remember that one.
It was kind of like that Alpha Bits cereal, if I remember correctly. I don't know.
Okay.
DB, do you have any Amiibo?
No, I do not.
Well, you'll have one now. It sounded like, were you going to say something, Dustin? I feel like I cut you off there.
I was going to say Retro Kaiser said that this is the first cereal in a long time to come with a prize. He misses finding prizes in cereal. You know what would have been awesome? This would have sold every single box. If Nintendo had put one of the championship carts, like from 1989,
do a Willy
in one
Wonka
of the boxes.
style.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, two. You get the gold card and you get the gray card.
That would turn into just that would ruin it.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. It would be absolute bedlam, and it would be worth it. It would be awesome.
Okay, it would. Yeah, you get Black Fridays like any day that those things launched. What was do you guys have any cereal toys that stood out to you that you really remember?
I can't even remember a single one.
I remember. Was it Sugar Crisp with the bear, the honey bear? There was a little Golden Crisp. That's it. He had I remember there was like a flip book you could get, like you flip the pages like the, The bear was moving in slow motion and things. I do remember that. That's something that's sticking out to me.
I think my favorite one. Do you guys remember a Tony the Tiger that came in Frosted Flakes that would like continuously bob in water? It would like float to the top, and it was a like tall like pencil looking thing, and it then would float all the way to the bottom, and eventually would float to the top. It blew my mind. I didn't understand how it worked. I kind of still don't understand how it works now that I think about it. It was like the buoyancy would change, but there weren't like holes to it. It wasn't filling up with water, sinking, then letting it go. You guys don't remember this?
Mm-mm.
Not ringing a bell, no.
Wow, that's awful.
I just remember mainly all that stuff was just pure junk just to get you to buy it. Once you got it, you're like, God, this is so disappointing.
There was do you guys ever take 2 liters and put them nozzle to nozzle, and you can make like a cyclone in them, like in like grade school or anything?
I saw them in like school projects and stuff, but I never did it myself.
I got a cereal box that had a proper nozzle for that, so you could make them at home.
Cool.
Instead of duct taping them together and stuff. Yeah, it was cool.
Did you guys ever take like Mentos and put like into Diet Coke and make like a Diet Coke?
Oh yeah, of course.
That's actually really cool. That's a very neat experiment.
That's wild that it's so explosive.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it can actually hurt your eyes if you're just looking straight at it, like face first. Which I don't know why you would. But.
Is this working? Yeah, Jay brings up in the chat, people would be spending entire paychecks on shipments of cereal, and they would.
Yeah.
People would be camping out for cereal. Anybody remember a Krusty cereal? Krusty-O's inside? I don't remember that. I'm assuming it's Krusty the Clown from Simpsons.
Yeah.
He's in Australia, so I don't know what they... He said, we had frozen cereal down here. What? Oh, based on the... Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I fell for the joke. He said, we had frozen cereal down here, based on the movie, not actually frozen.
Right.
My gullible ass believed it right away.
I got to read that Krusty cereal story. He said, anybody remember Krusty cereal with the metal Krusty-O inside? I knew this one kid who had to be taken to the hospital because he swallowed the metal Krusty-O. That kid was a dick. That's crazy. No, I do not remember that. They won't let people down there play M-rated video games, but metal and cereal, go for it. That's crazy. And then one last thing. So a little bit more information has come out about the senator or U.S. legislator, state legislator, Chris Lee from, he was the guy that wants to legislate video games. Mm-hmm.
And I watched his video and reading the comments below, and people were praising him as this savior and what a great man, and this is just awesome. If you really watch it as an adult, though, you'll realize he says nothing in the video. It's a bunch of just like feel-good jargon. Like, are those video game companies taking advantage of you? Are you mad about that? Do you want your video games to not have those? I can fix it. That kind of it comes across like that. But he's very nice. He seems like someone that'd be fun to drink a beer with. But just vapid jargon. Mm-hmm. So he released a document that kind of outlines his plan. He wants to have 21 years of age as an age restriction if there is what he has deemed as gambling in video games. So loot boxes, you'll now need to be 21 years old to participate in loot box events. If he gets his way and this takes traction, and I'm pretty scared because the praise he's getting for this is stunning to me.
Right. Yeah, that's I don't know. It's sometimes really.
Let's legislate artwork. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
The problem is, yes, loot boxes are not artwork. but they're part of an art medium. And if you're not educating yourself on those things, that's your own fault, I guess. I really have a hard time with a government stepping in to regulate video games. I don't like that idea. So where's that line drawn then? Like, is certain RNG going to be scrutinized?
Right.
Will you need to be 21 to open something in Hearthstone? Where does this stop? It seems very vague, I guess. And 21 on anything that's
Intentionally so.
Anything that's governmentally deemed gambling elements, you'll need to be 21. That's enforceable.
Right. Yeah.
None of it is enforceable, and that's just a prime example of the government trying to overstep its boundaries. I mean, you're completely going against the Constitution on all that. I mean, I don't see it ever holding up.
No, I don't either. I guess, and it's not necessarily I'm nervous.
How do you regulate it to begin with?
Right? How is that enforceable? Do I need to then? So as a video game player, am I then legally responsible for sending a copy of my ID to every game developer so that they can verify my age? But like, how is this a vapid statement?
Yeah.
That goes back to just the video game violence back when we started seeing it in the late 80s and early 90s. Video games have always been an easy target for it, such as the music industry, and if you really want to go to now, the movie industry. But video games is always the easier target because of the younger generations. I mean, younger and younger kids are playing video games now, and they're susceptible to.
But so are older and older people.
Violence.
But everyone's also getting older that still plays games.
That's true. That's true. It goes back to parental responsibility.
Yes.
Parents are the ones that are in charge, and the parents are the ones that have to watch and monitor what their kids are getting into. It's not the government's job. It's the parents' job.
Yeah. And this is a teacher, ladies and gentlemen. This is not. So, Dustin, I'm going to recommend you not watch this video from him.
Okay.
Because there's a moment in there where you'll punch your monitor.
Which one?
At the Oh, you did watch
Your
it?
least expensive one.
Okay, at the end when he's like, come alive, or come with me if you want to live in a world without loot boxes. I'm like, Dustin's gonna fucking hate that.
So, is this the same guy who did the It's a Trap?
I think so, yes. Unless there's another Hawaii U.S. legislator or state legislator involved.
Or if somebody's just sneaking movie quotes in every one of this guy's speeches.
This one felt... He delivered it in a way that I don't... It didn't go over his head. Like...
He pauses. He said, "Come with me if you want to live in a world."
And the way he talked about playing games, I believe that he plays games.
Yeah.
I did hate at the very end how he threw in an ad about a game.
Yeah.
He totally does an ad about a VR video game at the very end. Like, straight up, not, this is a game I like. He does a full-on, undisclosed ad. You're telling me that's not an ad? The way he reads that?
And it all comes off, even though dude may be younger than me, but it all comes off as like, "Hey, I'm cool with you kids. I'm hip with the generation."
Reminds me of like the awkward, like, cool Christian pastor that would try to like come around and have like his ears pierced or whatever. And you're like, what is this fucking guy talking about?
Are you guys playing the Marios and Sonics?
He needs like gel in his hair, like spiked up in a weird way.
It's almost like a creeper more than anything else. So like, dude, I'm getting a little afraid.
Right. No, I'm not going to come to church on a Saturday night to play dodgeball. Yeah, I don't like the idea.
What if he was there and he was playing?
He could then show. Scott.
This senator has the remnants of Jack. Was his name Jack Thompson, that crazy lawyer years ago that was trying to sue the video game industry? And I think he ended up getting disbarred. Was that his name?
I think so. That sounds familiar.
It's not ringing a bell for me.
Okay.
You're probably right, though.
He was on this vendetta about video game violence, this and that, and this and that. I think he eventually stepped over his boundaries and got disbarred from wherever he was practicing law, either in Florida or Georgia or somewhere down south. I think his name was Jack Thompson. Something like that.
Yeah, Jack Thompson.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Ether? Good to see you, man. DB, I thought about you this week. Did you happen to see, and this is a tangent, do you ever watch the Gaming Historian on YouTube at all?
Oh, yeah, I like his show.
He just came out with like 13 or 3, in his opinion, Sega's 3 biggest mistakes. And when they get to the like Bernie Solar segment, obviously that's like the biggest area. I'm like, dude, DB loved Bernie Stolar so much.
Sega of America's biggest mistake. Bernie Stolar. The dude that said RPGs would never work.
I for those of you that haven't been longtime listeners, when Josh did Gooch and the Douchebag Radio, what was the scale? I know Bernie Stolar was like a 0. Was he the 0 out of 10?
He might have.
Like, what was
there's multiple videos that anytime there was like dumbing moments in gaming history, it always got referred back to Bernie Stolar and him pooping himself. And it constantly.
Yeah.
And the guy still kept getting jobs in the gaming industry. It's mind-blowing. And I'm sure he's a nice guy, but everything he says, I mean, it's just like he's got diarrhea in his mouth. It never made any sense.
It was pretty remarkable. I guess just go watch some of the stuff about Bernie Stolar. It's
he single-handedly killed the Saturn. Single-handedly killed it.
Yes. And it was really bizarre the way that he killed the Saturn in order to get the Dreamcast out, but the Dreamcast got torched after the PS2 came out with the DVD player.
That's
and they kind of forgave. Then it's not really their fault. It's not like you could see how cheap CD-ROMs burners were going to get. But if cost is your DRM, that hey, it's too expensive to copy, you're toast. That's not a wise DRM strategy.
Yep, they were ahead of the game when it came to online gaming for home console online. And if it just would have had a DVD player, and then it would have lasted so much longer. I really think that would have happened.
Could you have listened to watch DVDs? Man, that drive is loud.
Maybe put a muffler on it.
Yeah, seriously.
It was noisy. I thought I had a busted console when I first got it. That's the only console I ever got at launch, ever. All the
really?
ones I've always played. Yes. Oh. I was so excited about it. I actually saw it was Josh. I was at his house and he had gotten one. Well, I didn't get it launch, maybe a week after launch. He had gotten one like the day after. And I saw Sonic Adventure. I'm like, I've got to get this. I've got to get this console. So I got it. And then also got NFL 2K. Wow. I mean, just those are fun times.
Hell yeah, it was.
Those are fun times.
I remember the kid that got a bunch of cool shit when we were kids got one, and it was jaw-dropping to see Ready to Rumble or whatever that boxing game was. It's like, holy crap, this is crazy.
And it had that guy that says, let's get ready to rumble, whatever his name is. I guess it's the only catchphrase ever.
But his brother's a UFC guy. Bring it back full circle.
Oh.
Yeah. Either says that they say video games make you violent, but I feel pretty violent about video games right now. The Kaiser says, I once lost a drag race to a DVD player. That style of like joke delivery needs to come back. Like that early 90s, like Riding Dangerfield style deliveries, just these like one-liner after one-liner. So, all right, well, that's going to be it for news, I guess, this week. Let's talk about our YouTube channel of the week.
YouTube channel of the week. It's okay. So I was thinking about YouTube as I find myself doing on occasion. And I was thinking, who's still around from like the original days? And it's like Derek Alexander, Happy Console Gamer,
Angry Video Game Nerd just released a new episode today.
Yeah. And I was like, man, who else is around? I want to see like somebody OG. And I was like, I wonder if Classic Game Room is still making videos. And he totally is.
He's been gone and back again. He left YouTube for a while.
Yeah, that was like the first Adpocalypse, right?
The very first one, not the PewDiePie-induced one. There was one before that.
God, that was like 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, like before Patreon was a thing.
Mm-hmm. So. But, I went over to his channel to see what he was doing, and he reviewed Raiden 5 that just came out for the PlayStation 4.
Okay. That's got an old school name. I thought this was an old retro game I hadn't played.
Yeah, it's old series, but new game, and it's it was a good review. It's the same like good gameplay review with like ridiculous deadpan humor / like stream of consciousness.
Yeah, it's remarkable. He has that style of jokes, and I'm just not tired of it. And I've been watching him for a really long time.
Right.
I hear he's really nice. Just in general, he's been on other podcasts and stuff. I remember years ago, Jerry Terrifying interviewed him, and he seemed like just a really nice guy.
Cool.
Just like, yeah, I'm hanging out, and I'm kind of internet famous. But, I mean, he didn't bring that up, but he just seemed like a regular guy, even at that time. He was, like, and from our perspective, a rock star.
Is Rental Floss still around?
I'm sorry?
Rental Floss, is he still around?
Every now and again, I'll see him pop up on Twitter and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, he still does things.
I never really watched Pete's Game Room. Andrew in chat recommended. I never really watched him. I always thought he was like always about to fall asleep. It was always just him sitting in front of a camera going, this is this game that I bought. He's like sitting in front of like 5,000 Super Mario plushies.
Yeah. No, I never watched Pete's Game Room very much either. I listened to him on the All Gen Gamers podcast. I used to listen to that. Mm-hmm. But that was kind of my only exposure to him. I just knew he had a really big YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like at that time, it was like 80,000 subscribers or something. And it was like, oh my God.
Yeah, he has a great collection. Like, it's massive, but doesn't make up for his lack of personality, really.
Yeah.
Not a lot of pizzazz.
Kaiser says Video Masters TV. I don't remember that.
Me either.
But so Raiden 5. What's you played some of this? It looks like as well.
I did, yeah. Actually, I saw the review and I was like, man, I want to play a good shooter. So I went online and it actually has a physical release. So I was like, well, now I have to buy it.
Yeah.
So I picked it up for $40, and it was like a limited edition physical copy that came with a soundtrack.
I mean, you can't have a good shoot 'em up if you don't have a good crazy soundtrack.
Yeah.
Josh, you guys used to always talk about shoot 'em ups back in the old Gooch and Douchebag Radio days. Did we lose?
We did.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, well, I'm still here. So I was reading the comments. We talked about shoot 'em ups every now and then.
Remember Shoot One Up? It was $1 on Xbox Live Arcade.
The game was great.
I don't remember that.
I think one of you guys recommended it. I think one of you guys did. It's excellent. It's a really good $1 game.
Maybe Josh did. Josh was real big into those.
Okay.
He might have recommended it.
But so what do you think of Raiden 5? Or you just bought it?
I bought it and I played it.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It is a bullet hell shooter. It scrolls vertically. You have a choice of 3 different kinds of 3 different weapons.
Okay.
So you have you have your purple laser that's it has homing properties, and you can choose how it homes in on stuff.
Okay.
You have your blue laser, which is just a straight laser, and it's your damage output. And you can change how that... It's like 3 iterations of that, and then you have your spread shot, which is just like a spread shot, basically. And you can decide how much spread out it is.
Okay.
You have bombs like you usually do. There is almost a Dark Souls kind of Demon Souls multiplayer system where you can like cheer each other on. You can't interact with each other in the game, but as the game is going, there's things in the top corner of like someone did this, someone did this, someone did this, and if you hit a button, you can cheer them on.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have a cheer meter, and when that cheer meter fills up, they can hit a button, and it's like a super attack.
Really?
So you can help each other out that way.
So, do you get these prompts as you're playing, or do you have to get in like a spectator type of mode, or?
It's as you're playing.
It's as you're playing. So I wonder if there's any way to, like, is there karma points? Like, if you don't rate anybody, do you not get rated?
I feel like
or applauded?
So I played through the game the first time. It took about an hour. It was a lot of shoot 'em up, but I played through the game the first time and I didn't hit the button because I didn't know I could. It was before I went into the options and saw that was actually, there was like a cheer button on the pad. And after I saw that, I went back and played some, and I was hitting the cheer button constantly. Every time something popped up, I would cheer somebody. And I got in like 2 levels the same amount I got throughout the whole game the last time. So I'm thinking that the more you cheer, the more you get cheered.
Okay. That's a great mechanic. It also reminds me a little bit of the way Journey worked.
Yeah.
How you just kind of helping people and no communication, just helping people along, which is really cool. Yeah, shit. I'm gonna have to put that on a wish list. Is that PS4 only? Like, could that maybe be a Steam game for me?
I'm sure it's on everything.
Okay.
I'd be super surprised if it wasn't.
Or a Switch game. Ooh. A really good shoot up on the Switch.
It'd be really cool if they went like the Wonder Swan way, and you could like tilt it sideways.
Yeah.
And dude, that would be amazing.
And the controller's built to be held like that.
Yeah. Oh my god! Get them on the phone.
We have too many good ideas on this that just get farted into nothing.
So yeah, but the game is free to play, or it's free, not free to play, free play. So you don't have like limited continues and lives. You just keep hitting the button.
Okay.
Arcade style. So you can keep. That's how I got through the entire game. Otherwise, I would have died because I died like 50 times.
What's the like the penalty for dying? Is it just a high score thing or losing multipliers? What's the incentive then? Basically,
just score.
Okay.
Score and trophies.
I'm fine with scores and trophies. Like, if it plays good, I love shoot 'em up. So,
because if you die, you come back right where you are, and you don't even lose any of your weapon power ups.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if you can unlock like a hardcore mode or something.
There's got to be.
Just seems, yeah. You've been playing some more Breath of the Wild?
A little bit. I tried to reel myself back so I could actually get some sleep, but I've been going through and finding all the memories that I can.
Okay.
Just trying to get that first like Kakariko Village mission out of the way.
I found those hard to.
Yeah.
It seems like pretty cryptic at times.
I've just been looking them up.
That's smart. I need to do that. I've put plenty of time into that game. I should just bring up a guide, and at least once a day I need to go get a shrine. Yeah. At least once a day.
I looked up a guide for the shrines. I looked up a guide for the memories. I don't have time to go all over this map. It's freaking huge.
Yeah, and there's other games I want to play, but I don't want to not finish Zelda. Cool. And then this has been a minute to see this show up in your notes.
I played a little bit of Skyrim, just because Solly was playing Minecraft, and Skyrim there's a Skyrim texture pack.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he was playing it with the Skyrim texture pack, which I mean it just looks like shitty Minecraft, but it's like, oh, I recognize that's Daedra armor. That's
Or Skyrim on the Switch. Oh.
I mean the game is still Minecraft sucks. I hate Minecraft. Anyway, but I was listening to the soundtrack. I was like, man, this is great. And he's like, Dad, is this Skyrim? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I want to watch you play. I was like, all right, I'll play some Skyrim.
Man, apple does not fall far from the tree.
Right? So, yeah, but I'm so high level in Skyrim, it just consists of me, like, I'll go through a cave, and my stealth and my archery are so high, I just shoot people in the face with arrows.
That's fun.
It is. It's really fun.
So you broke the game that way. Hell yeah. What's all you think? I mean, that's pretty intense. Some intense visuals for a little guy.
It is, but I kind of pick and choose where I go and what I look at.
Okay.
Because there was some, like I was in a cave and there was, I think there was like a body on an altar or something. So I was going and I kind of round this corner and I see it and I'm like, oh, hey, look at the ceiling over here. Look at this interesting ceiling as I strafe around this body and look. Then I go on about where we're going.
It's great. I like hearing that. So, you've been playing anything else?
No, not really. Just pretty much those three. I've wanted to, like, anything that I want to play is going to take hours.
So you need that time set apart or sacrifice sleep.
Yeah. So I've been trying to just kind of recover a little bit. But the best part was whenever I would have my bow out and I'd be lining up a shot, and so Solly would be like on pins and needles, like jumping up and down, waiting for me to shoot this arrow. And he would, like, anytime we would see an enemy, he would whisper at me like he could hear it, like they could hear us. It was great.
Love it. Like, jeez, man. Little Dustin for sure. DB, man, what have you been playing the last month?
I have had very little time to play much of anything, just with work. That's why I said I got this backlog of games I want to get into and play. In a couple of weeks, I look very much forward just to sit down and blasting away Christmas break playing games.
How many teacher in days do you have? How many less days than the students do you get off? Our teachers always had like a day they had to go in.
Students go 175 days. We go 185 days.
Okay.
So I guess 10. But we get all the breaks. We get all the breaks the same as they do.
Yeah.
And when summer vacation rolls around, it's I get all my hours in, so I've got the entire summer just to relax, play golf, and play games and do whatever I want to do.
Hell yeah,
that's awesome.
And it's pretty sweet, man.
Any games you wanted to talk about? Anything in your backlog that you want to get to first?
For me, no. I'm gonna say next week we'll have more planned out. I also got to apologize to Andrew. I've got your email, man. I still haven't had time to go back and look at those songs. Give me till next week, and if not, I'll blame Scott.
I was Andrew. I was giving Josh a hard time. I'm like, look, man, this is off my plate now. So keep a fire under us. We will definitely review that and get to it. Man, we've Ether has a couple of questions. Nintendo should make a VR Mario Maker. I would enjoy something like that. Boy, if you could really get a good VR maker, then a Zelda could really come alive on that. Rich Kaiser says RIP net neutrality and mods for games. Andrew's asking why net neutrality wasn't added to the list at least. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, our internet is, I don't know, going to be changing, it looks like.
It's already owned by China. It was inevitable.
My problem, I guess, like, I don't trust either side. Like, if you say, it's pretty amazing, some of the companies that are pro and then some companies that are against it. It's tough to be like, oh yeah, Facebook. I totally trust Facebook and Amazon and Google. Like, absolutely, right? But then hate AT&T and Comcast. Like, come on, they're all... My mattress maker was spying on me. Like, they're all bad.
They're all owned by George Soros, man.
And what's crazy, I guess what bothers me is whether net neutrality fails or passes, even though it looks like they're going to repeal the Title II classification. It doesn't fix the problem of allowing competition into the market. It's so heavily regulated. It doesn't really make much of a difference from my perspective, I guess. So I have a hard time getting worked up about it. Mom and pop ISPs aren't coming back with or without the rules being repealed.
Yeah.
And that's not...
That's what I would get excited about.
Yes, if there was going to be a change that would allow mom and pop ISPs to start showing up and a true local competition and really legitimately opportunities for other businesses to pop up, and then I would be excited. But I feel fucked either way right now, so I'm not really...
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like the election again. Like, what's it matter? Like, I hate them. Both.
How does it not fall into the realm of monopoly right now?
I don't know. Because there's
I've
technically
always
enough.
been curious about that.
I think it's oligopolies are supposed to be illegal too.
Not the board game.
I was going to make just once Parker Brothers gets involved.
I was going to say, yeah.
Damn Monopoly, man.
They never could make that a good game.
Screw your free parking.
Yeah. I guess I'm skeptical about the net neutrality must stay in place because of looking at the companies that are so behind it. It's not, I don't know.
To me, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference either way.
It probably won't for some people. Now, I get what they're saying as far as companies being able to take advantage of stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of over my head, and neither are market-based solutions for our internet problems, so I'm not that worried about it. All right, well, I guess I got to play. I had a homebrew game sent to me from Mega Cat Studios. They did that beat 'em up coffee crisis. Was that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Coffee Crisis. And that was a Sega Genesis game. This is an NES game. And it is a Mike Tyson Punch-Out clone.
Okay, cool.
It's really interesting. And it's like I beat like an alien guy was the first dude. The second person was like a bridezilla, like a zombie bride.
Okay.
With like a katana as the second boss. And the third, who I haven't been able to get past, was like whoever was marrying the bride. It's like a Frankenstein almost in like a Elvis haircut.
So is it like a Mike Tyson's clone just
Yes.
with a sprite swap?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's from the ground up, but it's the same mechanics. Kind of like you could make a Mega Man clone, but it's not like a ROM hack. It's a built from ground up, but it's inspired by Mike Tyson's. So knowing that, in full honesty, it's not as good as Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. The star of the show, though, is the packaging, and it is pretty fun. There's a battery backup, so it saves, which is nice. I like seeing batteries in games. And I don't know, I liked Coffee Crisis, so I'm excited to play some of this. I wasted I would have played more of this by now had I not been struggling to get it to stream or capture video. I can't. It's a pre-release cart, so it's not perfect yet. It's feature complete, but there still could be some issues, and I think I'm having some connection issues. My AVS just doesn't read it at all.
Okay.
And my regular Nintendo, it takes a lot of jostling the cart to get it to work.
Okay.
And I can get it to show up in a preview with the capture software, but it won't actually record. It's very strange. I've never had this issue. And I took Contra, and I put Contra in, and I was able to record it, and it worked. So there's something strange going on with the capture. But I will do an unboxing because the packaging is incredible. The manual's excellent. The cart is red, see-through.
Cool.
And you even get the little foam insert to go into your NES box.
All right.
So the details are there if you're a collector. And then if you're into homebrew stuff, I think it's like $55 on their site. I'm impressed with the packaging and stuff, and the game's pretty fun. I was playing it last night, and I was struggling a little bit, but I was putting my TV or old NES into a new 4K TV, and I'm like, let me see if there's some lag issues. I beat Contra without the code, so I'm like, all right, it's me, and I got used to the gameplay and the timing and stuff. They do an interesting twist with the super punch. So, in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, you hit the enemy the right way, usually like an uppercut or something. You'll get the star.
Mm-hmm.
This, you don't have the star system from a punch. You get charged up from a good dodge. There's specific dodges, and your hands glow. And you have to use that mechanic right then. You can't save these power punches like you can the stars in Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Okay.
So when your hands light up, you better connect that next punch, or else you're wasting the special. But because of that, so far these first three fights, it's also made it more frequent to get the superpower versus Mike Tyson's Punch Out. That was a lot tougher to figure out, and a lot of those stars are still hidden for me. I don't know how to get a lot of them. So, but Creepy Brawlers by Mega Cat Studios. Keep an eye out for it. And thanks to Zach for sending me a copy to take a look at, which is cool. I got back into some more of the Mummy DeMastered.
All right.
Game's excellent.
I need to download that.
It's a Metroidvania Contra.
That's awesome. All right.
The music, it's great. It's so good. It's so good.
Is it Jake Kaufman?
I didn't look that up. If it's not, boy, there's somebody there that knows his style. I mean, just the second the game starts, right after the Way Forward logo is up, it's like, this is awesome. Oh, we got some stuff going on in chat. What's up, Yasha Kitten? Good to see you again. Oh, yeah, okay, they're talking amongst themselves. I was hoping we weren't getting yelled at. But the Mummy Demastered, if you guys have not played it, at minimum add it to your wish list if you like Contra or Symphony of the Night.
I love great music in games. Music can make or break a game. You can always look past the graphics, not so much the controls, but if you've got an excellent soundtrack to a game, shoot, that's half the battle right there.
Dude, I'm right there with you, man. I adore... music is overlooked. Not overlooked, it's underappreciated. What an impact it makes. Kaiser calls it Contravania. I'm down with that being a word.
Contravania. I like that.
It's just like the game, it controls very well. The pixel art is great. The sound design's excellent. It's very fun so far, and I'm very early on, maybe a half hour in. I'm very impressed.
All right. There's a Mummy Demastered review on a website called totallygn.com.
Okay.
And they say the music and art is well done despite WayForward's longtime composer Jake Kaufman not being here.
Wow.
Monomer, 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 does a great job in creating an atmospheric and groovy soundtrack.
So I would have been surprised had it been Jake Kaufman, because I thought they had stopped working together. I thought he stopped working with Way Forward, and he did like Yacht Club games, and I thought he's just like a contract. People were like, "Hey, I need to make my soundtrack incredible." Oh,
like
Danny Baranowski's not available. Jake Kaufman, are you there? Those are like the two. If I was making a game, those are the first two calls I would make. I would be head of a major studio or starting. If I had a legit indie studio, those would be the first two guys I called.
It's like a soundtrack mercenary.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Keyboards for hire.
I would have them both team up and be like Daft Punk.
But there's not a game that could handle that. It'd be like, yeah, but the soundtrack's awesome. It'd be like the Crisis thing.
Right. Yeah.
But it was a Jake Barwanowski. I got to hang out with Tony this weekend. Drove down to see Tony, which was awesome.
How's he doing?
He's doing great. He's got 4 kids now. I think it's two now. Just one more since. One more since you know him, Josh. We hung out. His family's awesome. His friends came over. We watched some football, played some games. It was really fun.
Dude, awesome.
Sounds like a good weekend.
We got to go. He took me to their local video game store. Dustin, you've been there.
Yeah.
They had Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf boxed with the foam insert, complete $6.
Yes.
Sign me up for that. Not only do I love that game, but that's such a great deal. Even if it was marginal, I'm like, wow, a boxed copy of a decent game. But I adore that one. I picked up.
I was to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf is like Lee Trevino, and he has like a samurai sword. And what is he?
I wish.
Fighting the other golfers that he's playing.
No, fighting. In fact, they should be in legal trouble for having fighting in the title.
Yeah.
There's no fighting. Maybe like local co-op, you'd fight the person that you're sitting next to and they beat you. It's a wonderful golf game made by SNK on the NES. There's 4 characters. You can play as Super Mex, which is Lee Trevino's real name. He's the most well-rounded character. You got Big Jumbo, who was I forget the real golfer's name, but he's modeled after a real golfer he's a Japanese golfer, and his nickname was Jumbo. You can hit it a mile.
Saki?
Yeah, that might be him, yeah, actually.
That's probably it, yeah.
You can hit it a mile with him, but he's terrible at putting. Then they have another guy, Miracle Chosuke. I don't know who he's named after, but he is more accurate than Lee Trevino, but doesn't hit it as far. And then there's Pretty Amy, who she can't hit it far at all, but unbelievable short game. Like,
is she hot?
Pretty Amy's where it's at. For 8-bit, you know what, Josh?
For an 8-bit character.
You see her underwear when she hits it in the water.
Oh, no.
When she goes out of bounds. As a kid, I was like, oh my God, they put her underwear in the game. Like, the way she leans over, you see, like, 2 pixels that are, like, clearly what they did. I was like, wow. It was like seeing, like, Damn or Hell in an NES game.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I picked up a copy of Little Nemo, The Dream Master. It was $8. That's a game that I rented as a kid. I didn't care for it that much, but there's something about that era of Capcom cart, that kind of purple cart. All the Disney games have that same style. Like Strider and Mega Man's, they all have that distinct Capcom label. So I had to get Dream Master, and I will look up
the label and the border around the game. Yeah, they all had it, like that bluish top.
Yeah.
Top border. Mm-hmm.
So I can't help it. If I see a good price on that cart, I'm getting it.
Yep.
That
was a good game, very underrated, but it was incredibly difficult on top of it.
See, that's what
was
I'm
based
nervous
off
about.
A Japanese anime movie that came out in the early 90s too.
When Finding Nemo came out, I couldn't help but think of this game constantly. I remember it being really one of the issues of Nintendo Power had a big spread about Little Nemo, and that's where I knew most about it.
Nintendo tried to market it. It just it didn't pick up. I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it was based off that Japanese movie in the 90s, but it didn't have it has more of a cult following than anything else now. But
yes,
it never took off like they thought it was going to.
And it's like a little platformer, and you get candy, and you're in alien worlds, kind of like it's a dream game, like, and it's trippy.
Yes, you can feed like certain animals candy, and after you feed them a few pieces, you can take over them. Like you turn into a frog or a mole or I think a bee. That was a character. It's got really some of it looked like on some of the animals you actually rode, and it looked like in some of the animals like you just jump into like their body and become them, which is kind of freaky, but if it's in the dream world, anything goes.
It's almost like it was too complicated for Capcom fans. Like that sounds pejorative, but it's not meant to be. It's just their games are more skill based versus having these deep deeper mechanics that you needed to learn. Like
There was a learning curve.
Yeah.
There was a learning curve, most definitely. It wasn't one of those games you just jump in and start playing. It's like you got to kind of figure out how to play.
Yeah. Kaiser says that there was an arcade version of Little Nemo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's awesome. I had no idea about that. Also, speaking of great prices on video games, I picked up Lord of the Rings 2 Towers on PlayStation 2 for $3. And my favorite Tiger Woods game, 04, for $1. So
Sweet.
I'm like, all right. The reason I got it was, Dustin, do you remember like a year ago, we talked about a PlayStation emulator that lets you use your DVD drive to play PlayStation games?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Mm-hmm.
At $4, I'm like, well, that's an afternoon of fun and tinkering. Even if the games don't really work, that's
Right.
a way to spend my time. And normally this Two Towers game is not cheap. It's usually $15 to $20, I think, because it's actually good. So at $3, I had to get it, and I was able to get the games almost playable. They kind of worked. Man, emulators are tough. It got to the point where, you know what, the little bits I played of Lord of the Rings, thumbs up.
All right.
Still a fun hack and slash game. And then, of course, I played a little bit of Rocket League on the Switch. So,
Like you do.
like I do, it is fine. What did I say? Like, Rocket League, it's good enough, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your box quote.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Well, that's going to be it for what I have been playing and what we have been playing this week. So let's get to our listener feedback, and then we will call it a show. Josh, do you have access to... do you have our show notes pulled up?
I do.
Do you want to take Tony's comment 1?
Let's see here. Show notes. I don't see his comment.
Oh, you need to be like... it's not in the show notes. It's like in a separate tab in our channel. That's
then
okay.
I will yield the power.
Okay.
Once again, dropping the ball.
No, that's fine, man. So Damez comments. He says that the funniest moment in all of movie history is Anchorman 2, the scene where they crash the RV. Check it out if you have not. I have not. I don't care for Will Ferrell, so I did not watch the second Anchorman. And the first one, the references burnt out like on me a lot.
Loved the first one. The second one had its moments. The RV scene is hysterical.
Okay, I will check it out. Probably the hardest I laughed might have been the opening of Super Troopers when the cops messing with the guys, and the one dude eats all those mushrooms and
Candy bars.
When the cop
You
just
boys
takes
like
off.
Mickey cool.
Yeah. The first time I saw that, and I didn't really like that movie that much, but that opening scene was amazing. Also, he says that was the best podcast in a long time. I was laughing out loud a lot of the time.
Cool.
Thank you very much for that. I'm sorry
That's
it's been so boring for so long, but I'm glad the last one was up to par. I never think about us making other people laugh.
Right.
Does that make sense? I think about like trying to make you laugh.
Yeah.
That's about it.
1 out of 256 ain't bad.
Right? I'll take that.
Only 254 more to go?
I was going to say, yeah, get us in 2023 with another banger. It's going to be great. Josh, did you ever... Because, I mean, you guys were really, like, joke-focused and trying to crack each other up. Did it ever trip you out when people would tell you how funny they thought you guys were?
No, I just took it as a compliment. I'd laugh and move on.
I guess I just don't think of us as funny.
You know, whenever we had our shows, way back in the day, we would have an outline like what we do here, and that's it. And then everything else just came spontaneously.
Yeah.
And we just feed off each other. That's all it was. And then if we had you guys on or whomever, I mean, that was always the thing. Like, we weren't trying to make each other laugh. We were just so stupid acting. We just laugh naturally with it.
Good stuff. So, all right. Well, you want to get to Tony's first comment?
All right, he says, "Hey guys, hope you are doing well. I'm listening in the background at work and will add to this comment as I can. Last week, I obviously never got to comment number 2, as I never was able to finish listening. Dustin, awesome that you cataloged your collection. Are you going to be adding digital games to that list as well, or did you? I have not, and I will not. That was only the physical copies that I had. I did not understand that piece completely. 600 plus, you are incredible. It's actually good that you have all of it cataloged in case of theft/fire at some point. It's nice to have a list for insurance. Hope that never happens, but nice to have the list here. I'll knock on wood so we don't have to worry about it. Around your Star Wars Battlefield 2 discussion, I disagree with your thoughts that it might be a bad game. I actually have heard that the game is really fun and developed by great Star Wars fans. I have started the story in a trial and did put it on my Christmas list, mainly to play the campaign. I do agree with you that EA's drive for profit only has ruined the good intention ruined the good intention of the developers in the game. I'm not sure what the right answer is to fix all of this, but I agree that government involvement is probably not great. Interesting story on the mom suing Epic on behalf of her son. As a parent myself, I agree with Xeric. Sounds like they are training up another entitled brat.
Yes. Kaiser makes a comment in chat. He says maybe Scott needs to tell a weekly joke to get the audience, or to the audience, to make them laugh. That's too much pressure, man. I have a hard time picking out a chiptune song every week. I know eventually a one-liner is going to shake out of Dustin, and that's good enough. We don't know when the joke's happening, but it'll be there. And then Tony also commented, comment 2, he says, finally got around to a second comment this week. He said, Billy Zane was also in Zoolander. I do remember him from Zoolander. He said, listen to your friend Billy Zane. He's a cool dude. Awesome to hear about the, was he also in, no, I was going to say, was he in
Titanic?
Showgirls? Yes. Is he one of the guys in Showgirls? With Jesse Spano, Elizabeth Berkley.
Billy Zane? In Showgirls.
I'm asking. I'm not claiming.
I don't think so.
Okay.
The guy from Dune, he was in it.
Yeah, he was in Twin Peaks and all that, or whatever. The mayor from Portlandia.
Yeah.
I was so excited as a 12-year-old to watch that movie, and I turned it off. to let you, like, for some perspective on how bad that movie is.
He was in Critters. Yeah,
I haven't seen Critters in forever. Is the first Critters the one where they have a giant ball?
That was Critters 2.
Yeah.
Where they rolled over a guy and it like ate him up and like only like bones were left or whatever.
That was Critters 2, yeah.
Oh my god, that was great. Tony says, awesome to hear about Mario Odyssey hard levels. I'm not there yet. Dustin, I feel your pain. Oh, I did. I got farther in that, Dustin. I did get to that initial goal that I needed for
okay.
the post-game goal. And then it unlocked a really, really hard boss fight.
Okay.
With the 4 Koopa kids. They're not, but you know what I mean? Like the...
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound familiar to you?
The Brutals.
Is that what their name is?
Yeah. Was it like a gauntlet? Like you had to go one after the other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where once I beat that, I was like, all right, time to put Zelda in. I'm going to take a break from hunting around for moons. That was really hard.
It was.
And it's brutal because it's so long.
Mm-hmm.
You get to that final iteration, and you're like 25 minutes into a play, and you get a weird, wonky camera, and boy, that was. I said I wanted to play hard Mario stuff, and I got hard Mario stuff. He says, Dustin, I feel your pain with staying up until midnight on work nights to play games. I've been doing that too much lately, and it wears me out, but it's still worth it. He said, Dustin, hearing you talk about Zelda makes me want to dive back into the Switch. It's a great section of the show. He says, Scott, I agree with your comment about the Switch. If you want a great gaming console, you should turn to the Switch. Or if you just want a great gaming console, turn to the Switch. Said I recommended it to my friends to pick up for Christmas. They wanted the best family gaming console for a non-gaming family, and I thought that made sense. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, if you need like a convenient entertainment box, then other ones are fine. But if you want to just play games, yeah, absolutely agree. He says I've recently been sucked into Call of Duty World War II. Dude, he's almost prestiged in multiplayer.
Man.
He's never done that before in a Call of Duty game, but he's really liking this one.
That's awesome.
Like, he's so into it. He was like, "Do you mind if I play a little bit right now?" I'm like, "Go for it, dude." He said, "I'm not sure why, but I'm loving this game, both the campaign and the multiplayer." He said, "I plan on doing a review when I complete the campaign, and he has prestiged on multiplayer." He says, "Scott, I got a free copy of Titanfall 2, and I still haven't opened it to play it yet." You need to do that, man. He said, "I need to dive in. Already in this comment, my backlog is stressing me out." He said, "Oh, well, better to have more games than not enough." Line of the week from chat. I'd like to see James Earl Jones as Wario. Comment from our one last comment. Scott, it was great to have you come and hang out with us this weekend. Another great episode, guys. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Tony, for letting me come down and hang out. It really was a lot of fun. It was nice to. I've had something planned every weekend since August, so it was really nice to not have anything planned. And Tony's like, "Hey, you want to come hang out?" Sure. Yes, I can. I can do that. So I was glad that we were finally able to get that arranged. And then the Kaiser says, "I can't see Billy Zane doing anything not PG." He said, "I paid $40 to get the Showgirls Blu-ray. You guys need to watch Ghoulies. Come to the PC dark side. We have nude mods for big games." I love playing games on PC. I rarely have done. I've done very, very, very little modding, but I do. I love PC gaming. Man, if you have a decent PC and a Nintendo product, you're set. You're missing Gears and Uncharted, and that's about it. Well, I guess Horizon Zero Dawn is really awesome, too. Okay, I guess that's going to be it for the show.
Cheaper gaming, too.
Yeah, it's a lot up front, but, man, the deals on PC games are crazy.
That's what I mean. The games are cheaper, yeah. You save a lot of money if you got just a halfway decent PC that can run all these games.
Yeah. Nude codes, anyone. That's funny. You know what? Maybe Chris Lee is onto something. If they start doing roulette slots for 13-year-olds to see naked ladies. Actually, that's a 90s mentality. It was difficult to find naked ladies when we were kids.
Yeah, you're like nowadays. You're just tripping over naked ladies.
Yeah. We were in Vegas when we were little kids, and it was stunning to see the little pamphlets handed out with just these naked call girls on them. Like, whoa! I was like 13. My parents did not expect that was a thing that would just be out and about on the strip.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for the show this week. DB, man, thanks for carving out a slice this week to come hang out again.
It was fun. I'll have to do it again next week so I can finally get to Andrew's question he's been asking for about 2 months.
Dude, there's probably a bit of his gut going, "Oh no, they never finished the last consoles. I've heard this from them before."
We'll get to it in about 5 years or so. I've talked to Josh about that. I said, "Man, we just need to make it. And just don't even announce it. Just post it.
Just drop it, dude.
Yes.
Seriously,
Yes."
But leave us in the dark too. I want to be surprised with everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm still subscribed to Gooch and Douchebag on YouTube.
There's people still subscribe to it. Probably half of them are just not even on the internet.
Dude, those
anymore.
old videos
not
are
on YouTube anymore. But
oh my god, man! I still love those videos. I recently went back and watched a few, and I'm like, God damn! No wonder I loved these guys so much.
I did the same thing. I was like, God, we were so stupid, but it was fun.
But good, really ahead of the curve, man. You guys are a great snapshot of what early YouTube was like. It's so different now. It's live streamed. It's long form. Yeah. It's corporate. Chris Lee, get in here. Fix YouTube. So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for the show this week. I just want to mention to everybody, a big thank you to Ben Landis for letting us use his song Through the Forest as our intro music. Oh, hey, we got a Retro Kaiser reference here, Josh. Bagged.
Oh, you got
the email. Dude, yeah, it's funny. Teabagging now is wildly offensive to people versus just
everything is
trolling.
It's
crazy
people now.
But thank you very much to Ben Landis for letting us use his song Through the Forest as our intro music. Now, if you'd like to find the audio versions of our podcast, you can get those at our website. Our whole back catalog is there at classicleet.com. That's classic L337. We're on Apple Podcasts and Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, and SoundCloud. Most podcast catchers, you can go back about 100 episodes if you want to get to the back catalog. But every episode, if you want to hear some really crappy podcasts, you can go and see the old archives on Classic Elite. Our social media, we follow. You can follow us with our username Classic Elite. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Those are the places that we are the most active on. YouTube, please subscribe there. That'd be great if you could. That's our favorite. We hit 10. I don't think we haven't made a big deal about it. I think you and I are still nervous about dropping.
Right, yeah.
But we are over. We've been over 10,000 subs on YouTube for a few weeks now, so it might stick. So thank you very much if you've been a subscriber to our channel. We really do appreciate it.
Yes.
We have our Amazon stuff, and you can rate us if you'd like to help out the show. And for outro music this week, guys, I am going to play a song by someone named Go Luigi. The song is called Non-Existent Precipitation. It is off of the Chiptunes album that came out last year called Winter X by, I think Cheap Beats produced it, or released it. I can't quite remember if it was them or not, but this is a song by Go Luigi. And DB, did you like Bruce Hornsby or Michael McDonald back in the day?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, me too. This song kind of reminds me of like an 80s pop song from those types of musicians. And I think this is a fucking awesome song. It's just a good, cheesy pop song from the 80s, it sounds like. So I really enjoy it. Josh, you have a good night, man. We'll hopefully see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you all for listening, whether you're listening to us live or on downloaded podcasts. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. And that's it for episode 257. And we'll see you next week for episode 258.
Boosh.
All right, sweet. All right. That's going to be it for the stream this week, guys. Yesha Kitten, thanks for stopping by. I saw you pop in earlier. I don't remember if I remember to thank you for stopping in. Jay the Anime Gamer, good to see you again. Retro Kaiser, hopefully he stuck around till the end, so hopefully it's been a good morning for him. Yeah, dude, please, anytime you're up on Thursday mornings, come hang out with us. It'd be great. Yeah, thanks for the well wishes on 10K. And Andrew, we will get to you soon. I'll help bug DB. I won't let this turn into the worst content
Next
list.
week, I promise. I will get to it next week.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to shut down the stream. Everybody have a wonderful night, and we will see you next week for the stream, hopefully. Night, everybody.
Peace out.